We are commencing legal action against Mrs. Meghan Markle. Her televised allegations, particularly the Oprah interview, have inflicted undue harm upon the royal family. An apology no longer suffices. The matter will now proceed through the courts.
On December 1st, 2025, global attention focused on what was promoted as a standard briefing about royal activities. However, as King Charles III approached the stage, his face serious and determined beneath overcast skies, the air buzzed with expectation. Surrounded by consultants in sharp attire, he straightened his papers and started his address. His tone was firm, but carried clear weight. We are initiating court proceedings against Mrs. Meghan Markle. Her on-air accusations, especially from the Oprah conversation, have caused unnecessary damage to the royal household. A simple regret is insufficient now. This will be resolved in the judicial system. The statement lingered like a storm, jolting the gathered journalists. Media personnel hurried, devices humming with immediate reports. This wasn't a typical declaration. It represented the initial instance of a sitting UK sovereign directly launching a libel suit against a relative. The discussed broadcast, which went live almost 5 years prior on March 7, 2021, was a turning point, attracting more than 17 million US audiences and sparking worldwide conversations on ethnicity, psychological well-being, and the monarchy's internal dynamics. During it, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, with Prince Harry by her side, made grave assertions, worries from unidentified family members about their child Archie's complexion, insufficient aid amid her emotional difficulties, and a sense of vulnerability from the establishment. The palace's first reply in 2021 was restrained and brief. A communiqué issued 2 days post-airing conveyed sorrow regarding the pair's ordeals, observing that memories might differ, yet the topics highlighted, especially on race, were regarded with utmost seriousness, though handled confidentially within the family. But as time went on, the divide widened. Publications, films, and additional talks from the Sussexes maintained the injuries, with Harry's 2023 autobiography, Spare, layering on intimate charges against his dad and sibling. With this legal move, King Charles indicated a halt to forbearance. Those near the palace portrayed the choice as the peak of tolerated insults, where attempts at private resolution had consistently faltered. An unnamed informant disclosed that the monarch had wrestled with the action, seeing it as essential to safeguard the organization's honor during eroding confidence in fame-fueled stories. The briefing occurred under tightened protection, with demonstrators and backers crowding the roads. Signs demanding fairness for the throne conflicted with those defending free expression for Meghan, underscoring the divided society the royals were maneuvering. As Charles wrapped up, stressing cohesion and dedication as the monarchy's fundamental principles, the effects spread far. Legal analysts pondered the obstacles forthcoming. Libel suits in the UK demand verification of untruth and injury. Given the broadcast's international scope, issues of legal authority arose. Yet for now, the spectacle enthralled everyone, evoking comparisons to past royal controversies like the 1936 abdication event. This wasn't merely a domestic dispute, it was a struggle for story dominance in a time of immediate digital oversight. The Oprah Winfrey discussion stays imprinted in shared recollection as a crucial revelation where the refined exterior of palace existence fractured beneath honest disclosures. Aired on CBS, it showed Meghan and Harry in a peaceful California setting, discussing their choice to withdraw from key royal roles in 2020, known as Megxit. Meghan openly shared her suicidal ideations while expecting, alleging the palace denied assistance due to appearance concerns. Harry supported this, mentioning family talks that expressed fears about Archie's potential skin tone, suggesting ethnic prejudice without specifying names. The direct fallout was tumultuous. Buckingham Palace's response, released for Queen Elizabeth II, recognised the family's grief upon discovering the depth of the duo's struggles. It stressed that the concerns would be managed internally, a standard royal tactic for disputes. Still, the interview's influence stretched well outside royal boundaries. News sources analysed each assertion, with British sensational press labelling it as disloyalty, while US analysts commended the pair's courage. Surveys then indicated a drop in royal support levels, with a YouGov poll finding 48% of Brits seeing the interview unfavourably versus 29% favourably. In the following years, the account shifted. The Sussexes' 2022 Netflix programme re-examined comparable ideas, depicting the royal structure as obsolete and unhelpful. Harry Spare recounted supposed physical clashes with Prince William and emotional gaps from King Charles, then the Prince of Wales. These works sustained the initial interview's charges, presenting them as elements of wider systemic shortcomings. Royal historians like Robert Lacey observed in revised versions of Battle of Brothers that the Oprah session pushed diversity talks onto the palace's schedule, resulting in measures like improved employee education on implicit prejudice. Detractors contended the accusations were vague, permitting diverse readings. For example, the complexion remark was later explained in Omid Scobie's 2023 volume Endgame as relating to correspondence between Meghan and Charles, but lacking exact wording. This vagueness spurred continuous arguments, with some perceiving it as proof of deep-rooted problems, others as inflated for compassion. The palace, sticking to its policy of no complaints or explanations, shunned open refutations. But confidential disclosures hinted at irritation over perceived biased portrayals. As the fifth year neared, strains brewed, with observers wondering if mending was feasible. The suit reveal crushed that hope, reframing the interview not as past but as current legal material. Why seek judicial recourse now, almost 5 years later? Informants point to an accumulation of lingering complaints worsened by later Sussex endeavours. The 2021 airing was first addressed with control methods, but as Harry's book and the Netflix series boosted the tale, palace tolerance waned. A major element was the scene monetisation of kin conflicts, with Archwell's content agreements earning vast sums, as royal popularity scores varied. In 2024, surveys indicated a recovery for the monarchy after Charles's crowning, but ongoing negativity toward the Sussexes lingered. An Ipsos poll from October 2025 showed Meghan's popularity at 20% in the UK, lower from 25% the year before, with Harry at 28%. This fall, per insiders, led to a tactical assessment, deciding that quietness permitted falsehoods to grow. Legal examples factored in. Meghan's triumphant 2021 privacy case against Associated Newspapers for sharing her note to her dad proved the effectiveness of legal steps in press conflicts. Furthermore, individual health issues in the family altered focuses. Charles's cancer revelation in early 2024, then Catherine's, highlighted the requirement for steadiness. Accounts imply these occurrences prompted the king to contemplate heritage, considering the unsettled claims as a blemish. A secret report, according to unnamed assistants, gathered proof of image damage, including reduced visits to royal locations and tense Commonwealth links, somewhat linked to the interview's colonialism criticisms. The choice solidified in mid-2025 during Harry's US visa examination over drug revelations in Spare, pointing out discrepancies in disclosures. Palace attorneys, referencing rejected libel suits like Samantha Markle's versus Meghan, claimed the Oprah assertions ventured into slander by suggesting ill intent sans evidence. This schedule also matched wider modernisation attempts, like openness changes, rendering the suit a protective action to regain story control. In the background, Prince William and Princess Catherine have become central advocates for the legal step. Their participation is rooted in a legacy of broken family connections, predating the Oprah session. As the upcoming monarch and consort, they have consistently seen the Sussexes' open revelations as core dangers to the monarchy's endurance and their personal histories. Informants aware of palace interactions describe William's growing annoyance, which peaked with Harry's 2023 memoir Spare. The volume not only charged a bodily fight between the siblings, but also exposed confidential talks and favouritism claims, which William apparently considered deep violations of family loyalty and royal rules. This feeling mirrors wider accounts of the split at its nadir, with sources observing that even pre-Megxit, frictions boiled over varying views on responsibility and press involvement. Catherine, usually viewed as a peacemaker in the family, has shown a significant change in position, especially after the Sussexes' 2022 Netflix series. The show depicted her as distant and inhospitable in early meetings with Meghan, conflicting with her image as an empathetic leader focused on youth growth and emotional health. A 2025 Vanity Fair piece highlighted their key parts in similar royal issues, like removing honours from Prince Andrew during his controversies, showing a habit of firm action to protect the establishment's standing. Latest reports indicate Catherine's outlook has been moulded by private trials, including her 2024 cancer news, which strengthened her determination to defend family cohesion. Accounts suggest she has disagreed with fellow royals on mending attempts with Harry, pushing for limits while sometimes offering gestures, like encouraging his solo return to gauge commitment. Insiders describe urgent meetings where William has spoken out, contending that ignored charges weaken community trust in the monarchy. He often references survey info, like a 2025 Ipsos study, displaying his support at 70% thanks to his Earthshot efforts, contrasting sharply with the Sussexes' dropping numbers. This evidence-based method reflects William's calculated thinking, shaped by his role as heir, and dedication to updating the royal identity. Catherine adds to this by focusing on the personal toll, notably the effects on their 3 kids, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, whom she aims to protect from the constant press frenzy around their relatives. Her medical challenge in 2024 further boosted this guarding urge, with helpers noting it led her to press King Charles for steps, seeing the suit as a way to rebuild structural honour instead of revenge. Biographies like Katie Nichols' The New Royals depict William and Catherine as a strong alliance. Their bond, built through common hardships like media attention and illness fights, contrasts with Harry's growing separation in California. This difference appears in William's infrequent public mentions of his brother, frequently with indirect demands for responsibility, as in a 2025 event where he discussed kin links during continued alienation. Their support marks a shift across generations. While Charles has typically favoured pardon, resisting William's stricter view on Harry and Meghan, the Waleses emphasise steadfast obligation and enduring safeguarding over short-term fixes. In this setting, the legal action is not only a courtroom tactic, but a planned measure to set a clear limit, guaranteeing the monarchy's tail stays on commitment rather than controversy. This interaction has also shaped larger palace plans, with William and Catherine accelerated in choices, as specialists note their understanding of public opinion makes them primary designers of the Crown's path ahead. Oprah Winfrey, the legendary media icon who led the bombshell 2021 chat with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, is allegedly dealing with deep regret about its lasting effects. People near her close group describe a thoughtful period where she doubts the show's part in heightening tensions in the British royalty. Though Oprah hasn't released a formal comment, rumours from sector experts imply she sees the discussion as a key event that grew past her original goals of building sympathy and insight. A 2025 Newsweek story captured this through an unnamed producer's words, lauding Meghan's genuine openness in recording, but hinting at Oprah's later regrets on the chat's splitting influence on views of the royals. This self-examination matches wider stories from sites like Quora Talks and online reviews where analysts guess Oprah desired more probing or countering of some stories to offer a fairer picture, possibly lessening the later criticism. Her worries aren't just individual, but closely linked to her vast career domain, especially her activities in the United Kingdom. Oprah's worldwide mark, created over years of powerful TV, books, and charity, involves major connections to British viewers and partners. For example, her continuing alliances with UK broadcasters for material sharing and her role in global health programmes might encounter examination during the royal case. Current works show this risk in 2025. Oprah appeared in the Global Wellness Day drive, stressing equal health access and including references to people like Meghan, displaying her devotion to transatlantic efforts. Plus, her yearly favourites roster for 2025 featured Meghan's handmade preserve, mixing personal supports with business boosts that hit UK stores via linked sellers. Charitable works like her joint with Meghan and Melinda French Gates on an online health plan for girls started in late 2024 reach UK school schemes, sparking concerns that royal issues could discourage contributors or allies. Also, Oprah's past emotional health show with Prince Harry, revealed in 2019, keeps affecting current films and campaigns with UK connections, including possible growth into European online services. The reveal of King Charles's libel case has heightened these fears, placing Oprah in a tricky spot. Legal pros note the chance of court orders for statements, comparing to her part in Samantha Markle's 2022 libel suit against Meghan, where Oprah was called to speak on linked talks. Sensational stories, often hyped on apps like YouTube and Facebook, show Oprah as considering the chat a tactical error that boosted unbalanced views, possibly harming her status as an impartial host in big talks. Clips from 2025 accounts allege she spoke out with phrases like, "I never should have believed her," but these stay unchecked and probably overdone for views. Amid the chaos, Oprah supposedly keeps strong admiration for the Sussexes' boldness in revealing their realities, handling a fine line between personal compassion and career caution. In a growing split media world where royal dramas cross with international fun, she is reportedly seeking advice from consultants to protect her brand's honor while dodging more involvement. This situation highlights the unexpected results of major interviews, pushing even stars like Oprah to rethink the lines between reporting and private support. The case uses UK libel rules, focusing on slander as outlined in the Defamation Act 2013, which updated the field to equal free speech with image defence. This law added a main requirement: a claim isn't libelous unless its release has led to or might lead to major damage to the plaintiff's image. For people like King Charles, this involves showing real harm, like money loss, social exclusion, or a clear drop in public position instead of just feelings hurt. The act moved from the before 2013 time where small injuries could work to a tougher standard to stop minor suits while tackling true harms. Here, the palace needs to prove that Meghan's charges in the Oprah talk, suggesting ethnic prejudice and structural ignore, were untrue, shared to others via airing, and caused significant image damage to the royal group, possibly shown by survey info indicating falls in support or tense global ties. Submitted in London's High Court, the suit targets the talk's racism claims in talks about Archie's tone and the supposed refusal of emotional aid, claiming these unsupported statements have weakened the monarchy's role as a uniting body without solid evidence. Authority is clear, based on the talk's broadcast on UK channels like ITV reaching vast numbers and its lasting effect on British talks. The palace's attorneys might also use injurious falsehood, a linked wrong with false claims causing money loss on purpose, though rarer in image fights. Examples are plentiful from recent big cases with the royals. Especially Meghan's 2021 win over Associated Newspapers, Mail on Sunday's owners, for printing a personal note to her dad, set firm guards under privacy, wrong use of private data, and copyright rules, giving her big payments and a main page sorry. But that case centred on privacy, not straight libel, reversing roles now with royals as accusers. Prince Harry's winning 2020 slander suit against the same group for twisting his army charity links offers a nearer match, leading to payments and regret, showing how famous people can win when lies are shown. Other key UK libel examples with stars, like Johnny Depp's 2010 defeat to The Sun on abuse charges, stress the court's focus on fact as protection, while ones like Lawrence Fox's 2024 slander loss show dangers of baseless claims. Royal lawyers want fixes, including payment damages, maybe in 6 figures, a ban to stop repeats, and a judge-mandated withdrawal or regret to lessen continuing injury. Hurdles are big, especially free speech guards under Article 10 of the European Human Rights Convention, shielding speech unless limits are needed and fair. The public good defence in Section 4 of the Act could be used by Meghan's team, claiming the talk covered vital society topics like race and health in groups, needing proof of logical faith in its community gain. UK slander laws stay favourable to plaintiffs versus US norms, with proof often on defendants to show truth. But 2013 changes made wins tougher without plain proof of big harm. Legal pros from places like Carter Ruck expect a long fight of 12 to 24 months with early clashes on authority and allowance. Discovery steps, called disclosure in UK, could reveal emails, palace meeting records, and Oprah's show files, possibly showing touchy talks that could shame both. The Sussex's lawyers, toughened from wins like Samantha Markle's tossed 2024 libel against Meghan, may fight with full defences like truth, showing charges correct, or fair view, framing them as guarded opinion. Agreement is possible, maybe with secret payment or no bad mouth deal, as in many star fights to skip court eyes. This legal turn is a sharp break from royal custom, where complaints were usually dealt with privately under the no gripe, no clarify rule. By chasing court, King Charles shows a forward current position against seen slanders in viral media times, possibly creating examples for how groups fight story battles while handling pulls between private, fact and public duty. Responses came fast, dividing on known sides. In the UK, sensational papers praised the step as late fairness, with the Express survey at 75% backing. Liberals condemned it as silencing, matching Guardian views of structural slant. Worldwide, US outlets like CNN stressed free talk, while European ones compared to royal pasts. Surveys showed the split. YouGov's October 2025 info had Charles at 68% approval. Meghan's at 21%. Online blew up with #RoyalLawsuitPopular. Women's groups supported Meghan. Royal fans aided the king. Effects spread to Archewell with giver caution, and wider talks on press responsibility followed. As the suit develops, effects are huge. For Meghan, born 1981 to mixed-race kin, her path from performer to duchess shows drive and watch. Her work from UN talks to Archewell meets fresh barriers. Harry, the extra become supporter, deals with family distance. His Invictus mark whole, but close bonds torn. Charles's rule, noted for updating, benefits from this boldness. Surveys showing steadiness. William and Catherine strengthen as guardians. They're raising stressing fairness. The case might encourage talk or widen gaps, but it highlights the monarchy's change in online times, equaling custom with responsibility.